Let me tell you a little story here. So, paint you're seeing right there and the square sheet right there is actually Crow's product. It's actually a free mixture we made online. Video he was showing us how to make a black and white paint mixture called Metallica Mix 2.0. Now, interesting about this product is we have tested it against Cinemax, which we had here at one point, Personal Mix, Hybrid Mix, and and the Metallica Mix 2.0. Now, those are the light gray mixes he makes, and keep in mind, to my surprise, we were able to match all those products, including three of them with Network Gray 773, which if you saw that demonstration, which you can't now because it was removed off the site, basically go to Blacklist, you can see exactly how well he matched house paint with that product. Now, as I said before, we tested the Metallica mix. It also matched with Network Gray 773. And we also tested other paints like Microblend, Slip Silver, and so forth. They also match. Our screen here is jet black. Because you can see around the corners, there's a black projection screens. I've seen people try to pass off black screens as gray screens. Yeah, I don't know how you would get away with that. Because again, eventually the customer's going to find out once they paint it down. All right, so let's get something to cover my screen a little bit here. There we go. You can see the difference between my screen and the gray paint. And as you can see, no, we're not getting a black spot. It's not making our screen turn dark. Now, what we see in the demonstration is this. This right here is everyday black paint. This is all black paint right here. Everyday black paint. We do this for testing on our products right here. That right there, as you see, when we put that against our screen, comes up dark and unwatchable. Now, for a customer who came in with asking some questions, can I do the same thing with your product? Can I go out and get black paint, paint the screen? We'll do the same thing? No. And this is the reason why, too, on top of that, and people claiming to make black technology, this is a very important test you have to have. You have to have these. Everyone's going to ask you about this. You can't even get a black screen paint to even take off without that test. So people have to know the difference between your product and black paint. This is the reason why we saw the Series C product, again, didn't put my state back in if you don't know that already. It was a gray screen trying to act like a black screen to try to produce higher white levels, which again got outed. Remember, where it's in the dark comes out in the light. And the product you had, you claimed to be ours, blessing from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, McAfee. And McAfee came in and did a false demonstration. Number one, having a product that wasn't ours. Number two, making false statements about our products. And the Lord put him on blast for all to see. Screen automatically put up a star field, and he was exposed. So yeah, so I told you, at the end of the day, stop messing with Christians at the end of the day. Stop doing that. All right, so as you can see, and we're showing the white Christmas level here, the gray screen paint here, which is Jamie's right here, not making our screen look dark. This is everyday black paint. So what he's doing in his demonstrations, he's getting everyday black paint claiming to be ours. This is the reason why that payment, boy, that payment back, that God's vengeance at the end of the day is not one to be played with. But this is our blessings at the end of the day, and he's been trying to take our blessings and taint our blessings. Dangerous game to play. Dangerous game to play. All right, so if you decided to get black paint, say, hey, look, I don't want to spend the $200, under $500 mark this guy sells this product for. I'm just going to go out and get some everyday black paint. We had a couple customers do this, and you know what they found out? The white levels are extremely poor. You know why? Because that's everyday black paint. It's not designed to give you a projection screen setup. It's just not. It's black paint. It's not going to work. So let's go over here to the very beginning, and let's see if Jamie's product can make our product unwatchable, and let's see if the black paint is going to match our stuff. Now, as again, we're in a fully lit environment, which is supposed to be these demonstrations in. I find it interesting that people who claim that our products come up that dark, they're not in the same lighting I'm in. You know why? The screen can't function in there. That's why. So as you can see, the lake, it's kind of a dark blue. Go back here a little bit on the lake. There we go. It came into it already. Lake is a dark blue, as you see that the black is not reading it, and the gray is not picking up the lake, because again, it can't read it all, period. Now I have over 100 demonstrations on black versus white. If we obtain your product, you will go through this process. It's all 60 of them. Because you have to be tested. There's so many tests you have to do on that. Especially black screens. Gray screens, same thing, same scenario. We should be seeing demonstrations of your product against network grade 773, microblend slip silver, any form of gray paint. To tell you the truth, honestly, what is the difference between your product and bullseye primer? So bullseye primer, I get $23 a gallon. I'm gonna pay 90 bucks for a screen paint that I can probably slide over the shelf and do it myself. I need to know this. Now for people who feel it's not important, well, so did all those people who sat and bought that Cinemax mix and then found out and watched this guy on the YouTube channel, which you can see on the blacklist, match a house paint, which they would have got roughly for around, we got it for super paint at $17. It's probably $23, $24 now. But still, that's a lot cheaper than 90 bucks for a quart. They did the same thing. So as you can see in this demonstration we have here, we have black paint, as you can see, not matching our screen, and we have Jamie's paint on the other end right here, which is called a refusal. For those you don't know, we made the product using his own tutorial video, and we did send it back to his address, which he refused and sent it back to us. Mind you, in the claim that we're making, that product, the free mixture, is the same as the product that he's selling. This also can be used against the court. It can be, yes. Because we're going to ask him at the end of the day, if it doesn't match, if that's what you're saying, why didn't you do the test? There you go. Open and shut case. Now, anyone else we catch doing these demonstrations, I gotta put it out here because you gotta know when it happens. I don't want you being all shocked, sitting there having a small heart attack when you open up a letter from an attorney from us. That if we catch you doing the demonstration like this, claiming this to be our product, these lawsuits start at $10 million and it can go up from there. And yes, there is jail time behind these things because it's fraud against my business. So we will press charges against you. Criminal charges we will press. So you're just going to have to prove in court, which we all know how court works. You're just going to have to prove in there that our screen came up looking like that. And that's going to be hard to do because all our products have batch number verifications. All our products have testing, which means that demonstration you're seeing there, we've done that test on that product before that product was ever sold to you. And before that product can be shipped to you on the batch number verification demonstration, clearly shows the product being tested against black paint. Good luck on getting around those things. Those things are freaking nightmares. Violation for violating any of the batch numbers is $1 million fine.
Can the feel organic on?
Nothing will come up. That black paint won't read anything.
Just almonds, waterments.
So, like I said, with the customer I was talking to, he was saying things like, well, I tried black paint, I tried black fabric, I tried all these things, and the colors just come up dark. It's not come up dark, it's just coming up really dark. I can't pick it up. Even worse, when you run these things with a light point, it gets even worse for that all black paint. It can't read it. Because you have to have something. And then this is the thing that gets me. Is then when they start asking us weird questions, they're asking us weird questions like, so what do you use? This is where we cut the conversation. This is where your account automatically gets banned from our company. We already know from the door this is going to be a potential problem because we know that you're already trying to do something with the product you shouldn't be doing. Customers who ask me questions don't ask those particular questions. What they ask me is from the door is, this is my projector. This is the size screen I'm going to paint in. That's what they say. That's it. I mean, it's in this particular projector, which you have to ask you anyway because we don't support knockoff machines. And then we ask, what's the size of your screen? Or those outside the screen, or they show us pictures of the environment. That's it. That's a customer who's interested in basically buying the product. A customer who's trying to figure out what's in the product or trying to mass produce a product, we ask for certain keywords. We already know that from the door. So we had a guy come and ask some really peculiar, strange questions, and this is where we told him that we're not going to sell him the product. Now, we tell you this, and we say, hey, look, we're not going to say the product because, again, you're asking for really, really weird questions about the product, and you decide to jump on YouTube and slander my company by saying, hey, he refused to sell to me because it was a scam. You just got sued for $1 million. That's how fast you get caught. You even mention that word, it'll get you sued. So as long as they got it documented, they got you on your YouTube channel, you actually saying it, I tell you, man, this whole social media, it's a new world of self-snitching. It is. Easy to get you on. So don't do stuff like that. If we refuse your order, we refuse your order because we have reasons why we refuse your order. Scammer's not going to turn down money. He's not. He's going to try to get as much as he can. We deny your order because either we hear something we don't like, and we let you go. That's it. And what makes them upset, there's no place they can go to buy it because we're the only ones who developed the technology. We're the only ones who have the most testing on our technology. So, it is what it is. Anybody else who makes a so-called black screen and they don't have this testing done, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. So as we see here in the demonstration, we can see that Jamie's paint is just not doing as it claimed to do. It's not making our product unwatchable. As he said he did in his videos, our products became unwatchable. And as we can see, the black paint is actually doing the same thing he does in his videos. Look at that. Now do these demonstrations live. Why? Because again, why not? Now, again, anyone feels at the end of the day that the demonstrations we have here, that we're doing right now, all this is fake, none of this is real, so forth and so forth. It's all made up. Sign the contract. That's all you got to do. It's only going to cost you $1 million. That's it. Better you get that one. That's a better one to get. Then you do a couple videos about us, and then we have to have a process server go to your front door. That's even worse because that can file some criminal charges behind that. So it's just best that you just go in and just sign contract, see us in court, we'll do this demonstration, if you open it shut, move about my business, I got things to do, and you show me a lot of money. That's all. Look how incredible that looks right there. Let's get TCL 4K demonstrations. Now, I got one person said, but no, the company, yeah, companies do this to you. You go counterfeit from a company, you say something nasty about a company that's not true, see how long it takes for them to find you. They'll have you in no time at all. No company's going to allow you to go in and slander their name. They work hard. It's their name at the end of the day. Again, what make-believe world to make people live in. So there again, there's my product against black paint. Black paint, we're doing another black versus black. Technically, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I'll make this more fun. Bubblegum. Gotta make it more fun. Ugh. I have you in a few minutes, buddy. I'm almost done anyway. We're going to do this demonstration right here. With the bigger screen set up and this projector, so we're going to have a little fun today. We got gray. We got black. Gray, black, and white. There we go. This is what you're supposed to be seeing, customers, and demonstrations on screens. Yeah, you're supposed to be seeing it. This much light, cheap low-end 720p projectors. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Seeing it at the end of the day. They can't back it up like this. Don't waste your time. Mine is. Your time, your dime. So as we have here, white surface, everyday black paint, Jamie's product. This is why I explained to you, Fernando, we get hold of your stuff gets crushed every day. We crush your stuff every single day. Operating environments far more brighter than yours. Operating machines far more cheaper than yours. We don't calibrate. We don't require 4K. Heck, we don't even require 1080p anymore. I've done screen sizes way beyond your screen sizes. I've been in commercial sites, been there, done that, built this, put that together, assembled that. I've done just about everything you can possibly think of. Now I'm dabbling. I've done projector mapping application. Now I'm about to do interactive AI technology next. I got technology that can read through sunlight. You're not on our level. You got to stop saying this. You really got this stuff in your head. You think you're me. No, you're not. I can crush a black screen any day of the week. And this is what my investors like. And I got people who come in here, they walk through this door, this is what they see at the end of the day. Us knocking out a white screen, a gray screen can't compete with us, and we take out a black paint at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, thus Mr. Bird can make a couple of grand in a couple hours. Now, mind you, when we get this technology in the mainstream, which we're pushing for, even our black screen paints are unmatched. Got some good beats on here. But every day I'm shuffling. We crush it every day, man. This is what we do. It's my field. Why not crush it? There we go. Let's get some bright ones in there. Boom. Why do you think that all the gray screens out there right now in the market, not one of them will mention our company's name? Only one person does it. Because again, he feels he has no consequences, but there's consequences, right? There's always consequences. Always consequences. Did you ever notice that? Not one gray screen ever mentions our name. Blue screen, they don't mention us at all. Box, don't mention us. Any company out there, any YouTuber, they don't mention us. Not YouTuber, I'm gonna call, eBay. Not one of them mention us. Not one will call us out. Only one that basically makes that mistake. And how many times have you been crushed? Man, I got him to return money back to my banking accounts. I got him to cry on receipts. I got him to shut down his website multiple times. Heck, his website's closed now. I got him to move his eBay listing multiple times. I got $700 worth of orders on my eBay account. I can give us back our money. Probably going to jump. We're probably going to give us back our money again. It's endless. And then we've had this paint here multiple times, and none of it works. We have customers buy stuff and bring it over here. It doesn't work. Bought it on site, doesn't work. Use it on Pico, ultra short throw projectors, long throws, venues, don't work. Save it to match it to house paint. Popped open the lid of Network Grade 773, it matches. And then turn around, he did the demonstration, and it matched. Where'd that video go? That video disappeared. So, yeah, it is what it is. You're getting ripped off at the end of the day when it comes to his product. The other products, like I said, the other gray screens, they can't pick up. That's all to it. Usually, they're doing their demonstrations, they're going to be in a dark environment because they're going to say, hey, that's where you have to be at. It's not ambient light rejection technology. And that's one thing, too, it's concerning, too. On his paint that he has on the eBay listing, it says nothing about ambient light rejection technology. So what if you were to take that paint and turn the lights on thinking you could work? Lawsuit. That's an automatic lawsuit. Say if you took it outside at roughly 12 o'clock in the afternoon, because it doesn't say anything about what time you can take it outside. Lawsuit. And for those people sitting there saying, well, how can you get sued over that? Yeah, you get sued over that because you have to put down what time of the day, or if it's outside or weatherproof or whatever it may be. So he puts out there, okay, doesn't work outside, then he's going to get sued for that because you stated on the specification it doesn't work outside. That's like if you buy aspirin, and the aspirin basically in testing found out it killed lab rats if you use maybe 2 pills, but they never put that on the label. So you got a really bad headache and you decide to take 2 pills and you die. You're sued for that. Whatever you put on your specification sheet, this is why I explain to people, people making screen paint products. If you think you're going to make some fast money, let's put some bogus information up there. This will get you sued in court. One example, I'll show you. I'll sue him. I'll buy his product, get it down here. I'll file the lawsuit and everything. I'll buy his product, and first thing we're going to do is going to take it outside. Because it never said what time of the day to take it outside. Automatic lawsuit. Is it ambient light rejection? I'll use it here in the office. If it doesn't pick up and it washes out, automatic lawsuit. If we get it here and it's a different color, and it doesn't state the color that it is, automatic lawsuit. Yeah. So, we'll get the product down here. If we get our money back, and that should tell you right there it doesn't work. That should definitely be a clear indicator it doesn't work. We get our money back. And when it does get here, if that paint's a different color, and we can show videos of that previous paint being that color of what it was, and there's nothing there stating that he changed or put any updates on it, automatic lawsuit. Because you don't have the ability to change color out at will. That's like if you go buy a red couch and it comes back blue. Like, wait a minute, no. Order the red couch. I've seen these couches. They're red in your shop. He said, no, this one's blue. This is what they were. They're always blue. There you go. You would never buy anything, clothing, anything. You wouldn't buy anything if you're going by color code on why you're buying that item if it doesn't tell you the exact color of the item that you are buying. So yes, you can take someone to court for that. People are taking to court for wedding dresses, clothing, all kinds of stuff. Somebody call it small claims court. Yeah, Your Honor, I bought the dress. The dress said it was white. We get it. It's gray. That's not white. That's gray. There you go. People sue people for that kind of stuff. So yeah, you can.
Welcome to Snack Factory. Here, we rethink pretzels. These.
So yeah, that his eBay listing is potential lawsuit. Oops, see, look how I got there. How dare you come down? I'm doing a demonstration. I didn't take it. So the reason why y'all leave the room when I mention keywords, because you know you committed these crimes against my business, and you know it's only a matter of time before my buddy Matrix tracks your whereabouts. Mind you, he's not like a PC guy for hire. He's actually a real private investigator. That's what he does for a living. Unfortunately, he knows PC voodoo. Very good at it. He's an encryptor. That's what makes him the perfect finder. So his job is to track down people who don't want to be found. You owe money, you can't be found, he'll find you. He's the type of person, if you pay for anything, just anything, one little thing, you pop up on his radar, he'll find you. He's good. He's one of those people who times himself figure how long it would take you to find you. He gets into that kind of stuff. Yeah, so he goes up this map, he's right here, and I'm tracking him right there, and so forth and so forth. Yeah. He's an interesting guy. He can override cameras. Some IP cameras, I watch him override cameras. You watch you at a gas station, pumping your gas. Hit the camera across the street, zoom up on your license plate. That stuff is crazy. That's why them cameras are there. Like, get remote control access to your cameras. And he has that access. He has that clearance to do it. Because he also works in another field too, but I can't mention it. And it is legit. So he has full access. You know, a couple of interesting people like that who have clearance on that level. It's funny how basically on the internet you have to have clearance to access certain areas. But even they're like, look, got his license plate, like easily, man. He parks his car in front of there, I'll access that machine or that camera over there. Got the license plate right there. Bring it up on the system, clear it up. The pixels and compress them. Boom! The license plate pops are crystal clear. Drop into the DMV, pull all your stuff up. And he's fantastic. I love this guy. I love this guy so much. He's so awesome. I'm telling you. His world is crazy, man. He's an interesting dude. Best friend too. One of my best friends. That's why you can learn to treat everybody with respect. You never know what you bump into, man. People got some crazy power. Man, he's a cool guy. He's a nice guy. You don't ever go hunting for stuff you don't hunt for. He only goes for his purpose is just to figure out where you're at. That's all. You don't care about whatever you have, and you don't care about that. His goal is to figure out where you're at so we can serve you. That's all. That's why we need him. Companies hire him for that kind of stuff. People owe money on accounts and stuff like that. You owe money back, pay, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Job to figure out where you're at. So we'll serve you. But it knows it's being important to pay up the money. Look at that. I'm loving this paint. See, these are the kind of demonstrations, customer, you should be seeing. Not that in the dark demonstration, like I'm doing the dark demonstration. This is what I'm sorry, I got them all light. We're going to be in a dark demonstration. Look at the product. Look how amazing our contrast levels are. And they sit in this super dark environment, this high-powered, expensive projector, ultra short, though, kissing the screen. Stop that nonsense. Just stop it. I would love to come into you. I swear, I get a chance to go into any one of those booths. I'm going to walk in there with a freaking spotlight. Boom! Take your screen out with a spotlight. So watch this. Go in my booth, nothing. Go in your booth, watch your screen out. Watch your screen out. I'm literally should just wear a tag that has a huge flashlight in the front of it. So I say, hey, is your screen right here? Seems to be washing out. If it's ambient light rejection, you should be able to absorb that. So you sit there and go, no, but it's ambient light rejection, but we have to have it in an ambient light controlled environment. Really? So AKA I'm going to be in the dark, but the screen is designed to reflect light. Okay, that sounds like a smart buy for me. No, it does not. Sound like a smart buy for me. But that's the ritual. You have to be in an ambient light controlled environment. You got to calibrate. You got to spend money for the inky projector. You got to spend all that money. And then you're stuck in the dark. Pray to God the cat's underneath of you when you put your feet down. Watch when it's the black paint. Don't even register. Watch when it's the white paint, the white screen. Don't even register. Tell me that's not hot. Bam, 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 bam. Watch, it's going near the gray. It's going to go near the gray. Is the gray going to be the washing? No. I'm looking for the gray to turn my screen dark and unwatchable. And mind you, keep in mind that background has to read 100% black at all times, which means the gray screen can't register. The black surface can register at 100% black at all times, but it can't read white light. And the white screen, well, doesn't pick up anything. Isn't that awesome? That's absolutely impressive, isn't it? All right, so I got to come back here, set the website up, and get it ready for our Super Bowl sale to show how amazing our products are. Last thing you want to do, football season, or whether you're just watching movie, sports, regular music for your business or home, you don't want to end up like that, because you definitely don't want that at the end of the day. Gray screens, no. Don't try to bother by painting your screen with black paint. It's going to do the same thing, because this is going to cost you time and money. It's going to waste your time. Buy it from the people who know what we're doing. And the white screen at the end of the day, well, these are still good. You know why? Because you can paint over this. I would rather paint over this screen than that screen. That screen's going to cost me an extra 50, extra $100 because it's considered to be an upgrade, so it's going to cost me more. This is going to cost me far less. Bam! When I get a jammy in my head. All right, let me see. We didn't get back our money. That'd be embarrassing. If we get this back our money, that'd be so embarrassing. We order this paint and we get our money back, that is going to be bad. I'm going to frame this thing. You know that, right? I'm going to frame this thing on a huge, massive frame. I might make the order 3 times and we get, no. I want 4 of them. I want 4 cancellations out of them. If he cancels our order, I'm getting 4 cancellations. I might get 5 cancellations. That's how many times he puts my money back in my bank account. Because that's going to be pretty sad. You can't talk trash at the end of the day and say, hey, don't get scammed by any black cinematic paint. And then we come in and buy your product and you have to give us back our money. That does not look good at all. Or if we send you up the product, you know what? Better yet, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the product twice because I'm actually harassing him. Extreme harassment. He did that in the last one. He cried on harassment on the receipt. When he said buy whatever he wanted, I bought whatever I wanted. And I got screamed at harassment. So we'll buy from him twice. If he returns the money back to our account, then we'll send him up the paint to put against his screen paint to do it himself. That's what we'll do. If he refuses that, then basically I'll have one of my friends buy it. He won't know where they're coming from. Now I put some paranoia underneath his belt because then you'll never know exactly which one of those orders are coming from our people at the end of the day. We got to go through all that to get a paint for somebody. You know it's fake. When you got to go through all that nonsense. Sheesh. But I'm going to do it for the sake of just the fact that he's just going to basically return the money. He's probably going to need the money. Or if he sends us back something, what do you call it? Jamie, just to let you know, if we get anything back, because I know your address now. Before we didn't have your address. When you did the black paint nonsense, we didn't have your address. I do know where you lay your head at now. Because remember, I had a process server go to your front door. We've seen you, we've seen your wife, we've seen everything, okay? We know exactly where you're located at. And with that being said, if anything, when I order it from you, if it does not come back the way it's supposed to look, because again, you don't have no color of it. So you figure at the end of the day, I'm just going to send them anything. If there's no color there, I'll sue you for that. Because again, you got to have a color of a product. We have to know what we're buying at the end of the day. And if it comes back with some weird color, and you said you've always made this color, they're going to look for updates. That's how we lost the PayPal claim. They look for updates to see how many times he put updates. He's going to change up the color of this, or there are announcements being made. Nothing there. So, if you figure you're going to be slick and send anything over, no. I'll file a lawsuit against you in small claims court over here in Allentown, and you'll come here. Which means I'll take you out of that apartment, and you'll have to get on a plane. You'll fly all the way down here to get sued. So, unless you want that, and then you know you can't go to an airport right now. So, yeah, I would advise you send me my stuff when I order it. Or, if you can't send the item over, this is what you do. Cancel, give me back my money. That's what you do. You can't back it up, then you just basically give me back my money, or send me my product. That's what you're going to do. But if you do anything in between that, I'll file some charges on you, and I'll have a process server beating on your door in no time at all. So, take it whatever way you want to take it, but I'm getting your paint down here. Can't be mentioning ourselves saying cinematic is a scam. You crazy? Oh, heck no. We get your product down here. And I guarantee 100% people, it's going to match this right there. Now, keep in mind, if he doesn't want to do it, we'll send it up to his front door. We know where he's at. We'll send it to his company, right to his front door, and we'll ask you, again, do that test yourself against your own paint on eBay. So paint comes back, everybody will have the tracking numbers. Paint comes back, you'll know. So again, come Super Bowl or anything else you're doing at the end of the day, whatever, don't go near gray. Gray is no way. Gray is no way. Let's go put up red. Red screen. See, I can do that at the end of the day. When you're developing a black screen, this is a test you're going to have to pass. Out of 60 tests, you're going to have to pass. It's one of the ones you have to pass. To compete with us, you have to beat all 100 of the tests. We might have more than that now. I think we have way more than 100. But anyway, you got to beat the white surface, everyday black paint, which is called black versus black, and the difference between your product and a gray screen. You'll do this in a fully lit environment. Now we're at 24,000. That means in order to compete with us, you have to be now at 24,000 to do it. My projector is 4,000, but because it's in eco mode, it's at 25. That's what we do. Excitement levels pushing to the roof. And they get mad because I'm on camera having fun behind the camera, dancing and having fun. Yeah, because I did my test. That's why I can bring it to a courtroom and sue you real fast because, boom, be done. No time at all. You can't back up what we do. You can't back up. You can't make what we do at the end of the day. And if I take you to court, I can clean your clock. So easy. It's not fun. It'd be the fastest $1 million ever made. Or you think, that, again, if you look at the picture of it all, no other company will mention us. They watch these demonstrations. They go, heck no. This guy's on a live stream right now in a fully lit environment, far brighter than their environment, using a cheap 720p projector, far cheaper than their projector, no calibration, nothing, and doing stuff like this for fun. You don't want to walk somebody like me in the courtroom, you'll lose. The only person who's bold enough to bring us up are the idiots at the end of the day who think at the end of the day they couldn't have been caught because they're hiding behind a YouTube channel. That didn't work out too well, did it? We know where you live at now. That didn't work out too well. All right then, moving on. Boom, 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 boom. My past time here, we're at 34 really. I'm having a ball here, but still. Alright. Let's see what Mr. Bird wants to go. I don't even know. We got this technology. We can go anywhere we want to go because we got that technology. It's what we do. I'm bored. I need challenge. Now I'm bored. I'm definitely bored. Alright, let me see. Let's look at the gray screen. I'm bored with this gray screen. Yeah. Let's just switch up. Gray screen. Oh, okay. I got something fun to do. I got something. Let's get a $7,000 screen in here. 7,000 certified. That's what I'll do. 7,000 certified. In here. Let me see. We got it in here somewhere. I got to figure out where I put it. Oh, here it's done. All right, this is the Elite Parallax screen, pure 0.8 screen. The screen roughly runs about $7,000. Put it against our technology over here. Our screen paint, on the other hand, costs our customers around, the highest one we have at a gallon runs to around $389. This surface right here will cost you about $7 grand. I go on these sites all the time. There it is right there. You can see what it is right here. Bump, 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 bump. There we go. Blue screen. So that right there is a $7,000 screen at 100 inches or 120 inches. I think there's $7 grand. But anyway, very expensive screen. And that screen has a 0.8 gain attached to it. If you notice, it's picking up a better blue than the gray. Of course, it's picking up a better blue than the gray because, again, that's a more superior screen. But next to our technology, we can overpower it. Why? Because our screen's 100% black and picks up a much better color level. Which means when I go to forum sites and I get people that are going to spend $70,000 for a screen, and it's our technology costs them $389 to paint a screen size of a massive 250 inches, where that screen's only going to give you 120 inch. Ours is ultra short, though compatible. That is not. Ours can go outside. That will not. There you go. And our screen should pick up a 100% contrast level. Bam. 0.8 gain. See, the whole purpose thing when people talk about the gain thing, the screen and all that. See, you had people doing demonstrations with these meter systems, right? We can't use them here. Meters won't read in here. Neither they read outside, so we can't use it. But anyway, the meter system said, look how I got a meter system and look how high it is. That's not the point how high it is. It's the fact that can you still read a picture with color intact, contrast intact at 100, pick up white levels as if you're in the dark. If your image starts to fade and wash out and starts to deteriorate, I don't care if you're in a max out meter, your image is off. Your image has to be to pick up the same way as it would if you're in a dark environment. That's what people feel with the meters. Then you see people cheating with the meters, as Jamie was doing. Jamie kept sticking his meters right in front of the projector. You know what happens when the lumens from a projector strikes a meter? It jumps them. He kept sticking them up on tables. He kept sticking them up on bookcases. Can't do that. Meters have to lay flat on the floor, under the projector, so the projector has no way to strike it, and it's measuring the light from the top to the bottom to the floor. That's how it's supposed to be done. What McAfee did in his demonstration, he had a meter in his hand. He pointed the meter toward the screen. Did you see the window light that was coming off the window that was making contact with the screen? That was altering your readings. You think we didn't see that in the demonstration? Yes, we did. Your meter should have never been in your hand. Your meter should have been on the floor. If you had that meter anywhere near the window, it would have jumped those numbers. Jeepers, you guys are really, really slow. I hate to say this. I hate to say people are slow, but they're slow. Like, you think we can pick up on that? Everybody in the forum site picked up on that. The problem is everybody on the YouTube channel that was watching it did not, which was sad. Which basically, if you get mad at them today when they sit there and say the intelligent level of some of the followers are questionable, don't get mad, because none of you actually said anything about it, because they went through the comment section and see how many people would have saw that and no one said anything. So guess what that tells you at the end of the day? Can't get mad about that. If I watch you walk into a brick wall and it's right there, you just walk into it and go, oh my God, it's a brick wall. I didn't even know it was here. What would you think we would call you at the end of the day? Intelligent? No. There you go. All right, let's see. Let's go with purple. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. All right, let me see. Let's see. They don't like when I come over here and have fun. They get mad at them. They're like, oh, he's having too much fun. I'm going to send them hate mail. Whatever. It doesn't bother me. You're digging your own ditch for yourself. You know, not me. You can't affect me. All this stuff is God's technology at the end of the day. You can't affect me with that nonsense. You dig a bigger ditch for yourself. That stuff don't harm us. That stuff harms you at the end of the day. It's like, for instance, look at the person right now. He doesn't have his website anymore. He's investigated by multiple agencies. There's a whole lot going on with him right now at the end of the day. Any given time, something could pop up at his front door for his arrest. So again, he really doesn't know exactly what's going on right now. There's a lot of stuff going on, crazy stuff going on with him. He's not exactly free as a bird right now. So yeah, with that being said, yeah, following the devil, that's where it led him to. Yeah, none of them are doing well. We already know. If it ain't freaking financial, it's health. Some are not doing too well. Let's get over here. We got dark purple. But as I said before, it's one of the punishments of God. It says right there in the Bible, it's one of the punishments. For prosecuting his people, it comes with punishment. It comes with vengeance. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. That's why we are not to engage in vengeful acts. We leave it to God. God takes care of that. He fights our battles for us. So if he sees his Christian in danger, or he sees his Christian about to be in, it'll never happen. It'll fall upon your own head. So say you put a hit on me for me to be killed, right? It'll never happen. That same thing will come react back to you. You'll be the one that goes. It doesn't have to happen that way. It could be a number of things can go wrong. You can fall down the stairs, you break your neck. A lot of things can go wrong. A lot of things, you get in your car, pull your driveway, get hit by a semi-truck. Anything could happen. Anything. So it could be a number of things. You could be in your house eating something and choke on something and die right in your chair. So it's another thing. Do I wish these things on people? No. But I know these things can happen because, again, it almost happened to me. I almost was killed for threatening a Christian. So I know what's going to happen to you. If that experience happened to me and I went through that, I know what's going to happen to you. I went through it firsthand. I definitely can tell you what's going to happen. Yeah, if they become Christians at the end of the day, they can sit there and say, yeah, there was this guy on YouTube that we tried to basically destroy his business at the end of the day, and he was never harmed, not one time. He was never harmed, not one time. His business continued to grow and grow and grow. As the more we curse him, the more his business grows. These are people that will use that testimony to help other people out that are going down the same path that they used to go down. That's how it works. Look at that. Look at our technology next to a $7,000 screen. This is a screen paint. Mind, this isn't the high-end technology we had. It's coming out in 2026. It's just a screen paint. That's a $7,000 screen. Now, is that technology good? Yeah, heck, that technology is very good. If you look at the contrast level on the screen versus the gray screen, see the gray screen is not really picking up anything. That's at least picking up a darker level of contrast. It is reading something, but the gray screen is not reading nothing. The white surface is reading nothing at all. We pick up 1% black because our screens are black. Let's get Starfield screensaver. I can see why I kept saying Garfield. I can see that now. It sounds like Garfield to me in my head. Now this is the most important one. Can you read a 100% black level? The thing with the high-end certified screens with them is the fact that they basically can make the claim they pull up a heavier, darker shade of gray. You don't pick up actual black. Much better than the gray screen, much better than the white screen. But our technology being black, we're actually much more advanced than a $7,000 screen. So that means all my customers right now, the ones inside, outside, where they're at right now, they have a technology that can beat a $7,000 screen. And just mind you, we tested our stuff against just about everything. Elite screens, black diamond, all that stuff. So our technology is far more advanced than theirs because our screens are black. Their screens are gunmetal. You pick up better color. You pick up better contrast. We don't need to have high-end projectors. We don't calibrate. You don't have to be in dark environments. And our screens are all ultra-short-though compatible. Usually when you're dealing with these particular screens, they're not going to be ultra-short-though compatible. They have a special screen that's designed to be ultra-short-though compatible. Now, people are talking about the concept. I think it is called by Black Diamond. It's a black screen, but it requires an 8,000 lumens to trigger. We can do ours at 300. And mind you, I have a transparent technology that can read in direct sunlight at 50 lumens, and it's black. So that would take out a concept very easily. This technology would do it easily. While he's inside at 8,000 lumens, this technology can go outside at 300 lumens, and it can operate in this environment without using 8,000. 8,000 projectors are very expensive. So yes, our stuff is more advanced than diamond. And if one day he wants to sit there and say, hey, I want to, well, when we get that technology locked in, because we have a black version of it, I'll show you. But we're not going to be inside for that demonstration. We like to go outside at 9 o'clock in the morning with our demonstrations. And we don't do that for her stuff at the end of the day. We don't need that or any high-powered machines. If we need 8,000, what do we need that for? It's a waste of time for us. Give me that 300 lumen. I'm good with that. The 720p, I want 720p, 600 or 800 SVGS, all we need. If we don't even need an HDMI port, skip that too. We'll take this one over here. We'll take out a screen. Need all that high-end stuff at the end of the day. See, when you sell products, why don't you use 720p projectors? Because you're selling to the customer. If you sit there and say you have a car dealership and you got these cars, right? Beautiful cars, right? But that car, the gasoline it takes to go into that car is extremely expensive at the end of the day. It's a beautiful car. It goes from A to B and blah, 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 and has its special little bells and whistles. But to maintain that thing is super expensive. Like Bugattis, that cost what? It's like for oil change, it's like $27,000, something crazy that way. But anyway, very expensive vehicle. That's what happens when you sell a projector screen set up and you're using a expensive high-powered projector to try to get your image to push. That means that in order for the customer to get that same exact image, he or she is going to spend $3 to $5 grand for that projector. There's no way in the world you're going to be doing the same thing with a projector under that point, because you don't have any proof that you could do that. We do. We have put lower-end projectors against high-end projectors. We can prove that theory. But you don't have that. You just use high-end projectors only. So that means if I go in and I sit down in a booth and I'm looking at your screen, you know what I'm thinking in the back of my mind? How much money does the machine cost behind me? That's what I'm thinking. The average consumer is just looking at the screen, telling, wow, this is an amazing screen. Not realizing when they get that thing home, it's going to be like circus mirrors. You know, like the whole thing with Seinfeld. She went in there, she looked in the mirror, she looked fantastic, got home, she didn't look the same way. Yeah, you're going to go home with your 1080p projector or your 4K, and it's never going to match that Ronco projector that they had, and it cost 50 grand. There you go, and you're going to come back and you're like, what in the world's going on here? And again, you're going to be sitting on forum sites where they're going to tell you to calibrate, and they're going to tell you that you got to darken your environment a little better, and ambient controlled, and blah, blah, blah. In the back of your mind, you think I just could have got a TV and just stuck it on the wall and been done with it. This is what turns people off on projectors. Because the freaking ritual you got to go through. I mean, literally, if you look at a minefield, you can have it mapped out. Simple minefield. Just go straight, you don't hit anything. But with projectors, you got to zigzag up and down and jump through loops and hurdles and stuff just to get from A to B. And if people sit there and say it's not true because you get a high-powered machine, every machine I've seen on YouTube involved in a high-powered machine is where dark environment, calibrated machine, using like tons of freaking contrast, and you got all these colors that you really can't read correctly. So yeah, it's a hurdle. So then you got to calibrate, you went through a hurdle. And then you got an ambient light controlled environment, you went through a hurdle. Can't have any lights near the screen. All condensed light has to be way out here in the center somewhere. Yeah, good luck taking that thing outside. Let's go over here and show you some beautiful light levels. 4K snow screensavers. Tell them what they win, Chuck. Tell them what they win. Do I act like this when people come over? Heck yeah, I have a ball. I'm having fun.
Get this, fix now and pay later. And this, get it fixed now and pay later with 4 interest-free payments at safelight.com.
That ain't bad. It's actually pretty good. That's a pretty good deal right there when you think about that. Because most places can't, you know how much money a windshield costs? Most people just go to the junkyard. Now, if you got the hookup, which that's why I hang around with the my Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, and Mexican brothers. You know why? Because, man, if something gets wrecked at the end of the day, I found that out, though. Like, I'm hanging around with them. A lot of them work on cars. A lot of them work on cars. Like, man, they break something like that, they'll never call a place like that. They'll go to the junkyard, find the windshield, put that thing right back in themselves. Enough to pass inspection. Like, literally, they'll pass inspection on their work. Their work is really good. I was like, man, what you going on and get yourself certified for this, man? This work is really good. Everybody has one of those mechanics. Yeah, something go wrong, you bring it over. I never forget, man, we was out doing something. And you know, we were out doing something, and my buddy ran a light, and he got hit. His car got tapped. It wasn't his car; it was his father's car. Or his father would have lost it. He would have lost it, and it was like 3 o'clock in the freaking morning, right? When his car got tapped, it was a small dent in the car. Man, he was like, "What am I do? What am I do? What am I do?" My buddy in the back, he was Puerto Rican. He's like, "I got this. We got this. Let's take this down to my buddy's garage. We can knock this out in no time at all." I said, "How much?" He came out. It's like $150. We all scraped the money together, got the 150, gave it to him. When that car came out, you couldn't even tell where that damage was at. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh shoot, this is the hookup." Yeah, anything happen? Like, I ain't going to the freaking dealership to get myself fixed. I'm gonna take it to one of them. They hook it up. If I need something on my car that I want, guess who I'm hooking up? I need the doors that fold up. I need an engine modified. I need nitrous. They do all that stuff, man. That's what you call a hookup. Yep. Yes, sirree, buddy. Yes, sirree. Never forget that as long as I live. I was like, wow, that's incredible. Couldn't even tell. And it passed inspection. Easy. Go rid of them. They got the hook up. Bam. 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 Black paint. We'll put that black paint back up there, people. Black paint. Boom. There you go. I thought we had that guy who came in with the, he brought a black diamond screen. Oh, that's interesting, that right there. He brought a black diamond screen, and he got nasty with me. I have no idea what that was all about, but he got nasty with me, and felt that I should give him a discount, a crazy discount. He was going, you only want to pay $50 for the pants. I said, no, we don't do that. I got testing on my stuff. My stuff's worth way more than that. All these certified screens I took out with that technology, no. So I'll go and get my screen from somebody else. I mean, forget you and you get our website. Fine, don't care. So he left and basically came back with a receipt for, I think it was a black diamond he purchased. $20,000 he paid for this screen. So I sent him over some literature. You know what I sent to him, right? And he read through all that. He came back, man, apologies, we're all in order. We didn't sell it to him. We banned him. He got a ban. He got a lifetime ban. He can't buy to this day. He can't buy from us. Too low, yeah. It's not, for those of you who received lifetime bans from us down through time, boy, it was just not the time to get that. With the technology we got here behind us, woof, they can't touch it. Lifetime ban's a lifetime ban. We don't lift those things ever. So we got people saying, well, I'll go to somebody else. Go ahead. That's what we told them. Go ahead. Go to somebody else. We tested everybody. Knock yourself out. Because at the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. And this is what they're going to be advertising my stuff to that the advertising firm. Without our technology, your screen doesn't function. We literally put a challenge up. Find me a screen that can function the same way my product can. All tests completed. There isn't any. Because when we did the demonstrations on our product, we made sure that we marked the level up, the bar. We put the bar literally so high up on our technology for testing that there's no way in the world you could ever possibly reach it. And from what I've seen so far with people using demonstrations in dark environments and calibrated machines, you're light years behind us. You can't even get this stuff to operate with an open window. Nowhere in the world your lights in your environment are peaking at 24,000. You have any idea what it's like to walk under 24,000? It's like stage lighting in here. It gets hot in here. Your skin, when you finally start getting used to it, when I first came here, my skin would burn. That's literally how hot it is. I'm surprised I didn't get a tan up in this, to tell you the truth. But yeah, your skin burns. You get headaches all the time. After a while, you get kind of used to it. Not to wear sunglasses. When I first came here, the first couple of months, I had to wear sunglasses in here. There's literally that much light in here. So I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, I can't figure out where the headaches are coming from. I'm thinking maybe maybe it's the monitors working in front of something's triggering these really bad headaches. And then when the owner came in, I needed 2 of the lights replaced, and I was like, any chance, how much lumens are each one of the rods? He said 3,000. I'm counting. Oh my goodness. I'm at 24,000 in the ceiling? Yeah, it's 24,000 in here. 24,000. Whew. This was the place to be. This was it. This is what we needed. We needed 24,000. This is the best way to test your stuff out. If you're in these dark ambient light environments, this is no good, because this means if I'm a consumer turns my lights on, your screen's not going to last. So if I bring you in here, if I send you an email to your company and I say, hey, look, this is what I'm dealing with. I got 24,000 in the ceiling. I got a projector I paid $50 for, maybe $16 for. I don't plan to buy anything new. I'm going to keep what I have. How does your stuff work in my environment? What are you going to tell me? Now, hate to say it, but I'm actually going to buy email and record emailing these companies. I'm going to ask you that question. Come out and say, hey, look, can I operate in here? Smartest Surface, all these companies. I'm going to ask you that question. Can you run in here? Can you pick up in here? And we'll see. We'll bring it over and see if it works. Now, mind you, this can get you in a lot of trouble if you lie on these things. Got to tell the truth about this. So, Fernando, we're going to send you some messages. I'm going to message your board today. I'm going to send you over some messages and answer some questions. I want to know if you can operate in my environment at 24,000. Is your stuff ambient rejection? What is the distance storing your product at 16 to 25 feet? I need to know if it's going to deteriorate. So I need to see these images. My wall from here to here is around 16 feet back. We're 16 from back from here. So you should be able to pick up in here in this environment with no problem whatsoever. Also, too, what's the minimum amount of lumens I need to use on my projector? Is your stuff eco-friendly? Mine, you'll have respiratory issues at the end of the day. I don't want any oil-based paints or anything like that. Is it water-based? Is it basically low eco-friendly? Is it basically low VOC? I need to know all that stuff. What's the paint down application? What type of rollers am I using to paint this thing in? What's the drying time on it? I need to know all this stuff. You don't have it on your site. What is the contrast level I'm going to pick up on the screen? Am I reading 100%? If I'm not reading 100%, what type of shade of gray am I reading? Because there's different types of shades of gray. Do you even know what type of shade of gray I'm going to be picking up? Got to know all this stuff. And if I decide to take it outside, which I will, what time of the day am I going to be able to register this thing? What's the angle gain I'm going to pick up inside and outside? Am I at 160, or am I going to be 140, 130? Am I going to be at that nice 180, which I need? Because on this one, these pick up at 180. So white level or not, these pick up at 180. See that right there? See when I go to the top? See when I go to the bottom? See that sharp edge right there? That's what I need to see. So I need to see it sharp, just like that. So that's what I'm talking about. So am I going to be able to pick that up? And I mean, I want to see sharp with colors. Am I going to have to calibrate this screen? Am I going to need calibration for this paint? I need to know all that stuff. So I think that may be too overwhelming for him because he doesn't know this stuff. So we'll just keep it simple. Is it ambient light rejection? What's my contrast level and colors are going to be? Am I going to be required to calibrate with this product? I'm going to ask you these questions. Questions that I need to know. And what is the color of the product? Now, if you can't respond back to me today, I'm going to send it right to your account and right on your eBay listing. There's a message board I can reach out to you. If you cannot respond back to me, this is going to become a problem for you. So, either you're going to lie and make false statements and then cancel the order, which is not going to look good for you. But we're going to talk to you first before we actually place our order. All right. We got anything else here you want to do on this thing while we're having some fun here with it? We certified screen, we did white surface on it, showing the difference between this and that. We did black paint, you know, usual stuff. This is our usual stuff we do. This is usual. This is normal stuff we do. All right. Now, on our end, for our technology, our screen paints, our pots come up to the size of 100. I got to contact the customer back in a few minutes. I'll get done this video. We do, let me see, 24, 32, 64, and 1 gallon. 1 gallon does a 250-inch screen, 64 does a 180-inch screen, 32 does a 150-inch screen, and 24 inches is a 120-inch screen. How do we know that? Do paint down demonstrations for all our screens to make sure all of them actually fit to the amount of paint you're going to use. In the paint down process, we have to make sure we have this much paint left over and go heavy on the screen, not professional. So that way we can show exactly if we use this much paint, how much coverage you're going to get from the door. Product is ultra short though compatible. For those in the world of projector mapping applications, you can use that on top of that. If you want to do infinity ceilings for your dedicated theater room, you can paint your wall and your ceiling at the same time. We have demonstrations of us operating in fully lit environments, even watching a football game while the lights are on a ceiling while using a projector that cost me roughly $80. The BenQ projector short throw. If you're going to do a ceiling projection, we do advise you use short throw projectors only. Ultra short throws don't work too well. Long throws definitely don't work. And a fire stick, that's all you're going to need. Floor projection technology, yes, you can apply this to the floor. If you're using it for visual effects, special effects, projector mapping, whatever you're going to be using that for. Fully weatherproof, you can take it outside. I've never stuff it's weatherproof. We have screen demonstrations that were screens that sat outside for roughly a year or two outside. I've actually froze screens into blocks of ice, you name it, we've done it. We do what we gotta do. Oh, look at your little pokey head. I forgot he had little area pokey head, little pokey head. You pokey head. I see your head poking out of there. So cute. You freaking cute. All right. You're going to be out in a few minutes. I'm almost done. Let me see. No expensive projectors required, as you can see in our demonstrations. So freaking cute. How dare you poke your head up like that? Look at him. Ooh, don't hide from me, that little pokey head. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Taco. Taco. You'll be out in a few minutes, but I'm almost done. All right, so, because I have to be careful to lick himself on camera. I don't want to lick himself on camera. It'll mess my video up. He's a weird dude. I love him, but he's just weird. Anyway, so, yeah. So, projectors we have here, not expensive. You know, turn around and spend thousands of dollars, not even needed. No calibrating for your machines whatsoever. And it's a one-code application. Go on to YouTube, go on our page where we have our, we buy our products from. We buy the product website, and you'll see in the shopping area tons of information, which you shouldn't need. No summary nonsense. Summary's at the very bottom, but everything you need to know: surface, type of sprayers, whatever you need to use in the day. No expensive sprayers. We use the $60 Wagners. I saw some for $40. I saw one for $17. I'm thinking about picking up. Anyway, and on top of that, you get a chance to see the paint down application. Taco is now free. Yes, he just broke out. He just figured a way to hop out. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're not in any trouble. Come here. You fuzzy bear, you. What did you do, man? What did you do? I'm going free. Right. There you go. You go back in when you want to. It just popped out like, man, I can jump that, man. Not giving you no challenge with that. So basically, yeah, very easy. One code application, you're done. All that information's on it. You can check it out on the website. So you're good to go. And as you see in our demonstrations, we paint over plexiglass, wood, glass, all that crazy stuff. Motorized projection screens, fixed frame screens. If you're interested in figuring out how to do this, we have tutorial video demonstrations at, I didn't put that in the video, I think I put that with the website down there, at www.ileg-technology-screens-info at, sorry, not email.com. You can check out our stuff over there. All right, I got to go. I got to attend the customers. Take their units off. That's all down right there. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. We're going to start our football season sale, which is going to start on the 5th. So, get ready. For those, I got some people coming down today to set up their screens for their backyard. They're going to do football parties. They're going to be setting up for their backyard. And they're going to be charging people to come in and watch the game on a giant screen. That is not a bad idea for making some extra revenue. It's a good idea. Got a nice good sized backyard. Put a nice 100-inch 200 screen right there. Have a party back there, football parties right there. That is freaking awesome. I didn't think about that. That's actually a pretty good idea. But we're around COVID when I was doing this stuff at the end of the day. So again, you have to spend a lot of money for your projector. Very cheap projectors we use in our demonstrations. That one right there cost me $16.50. Sorry, 25 cents. And this one cost me $50. That's basically about it. I advise a lot of my customers to buy this one right here. This projector right here has the lens shift capability. You can move the screen where you want it to go. It's a lot of power, 4,000 lumens, which you're really not going to use. I use it in eco mode. And like I said, you can use, we don't use HDMI ports. I'm using VGA to HDMI, so we're not using HDMI ports on this side. Because this is when the projector I got, the HDMI port was damaged on this side, so I just use VGA. That's basically about it. So we're not even using straight HDMI at all, period. And as you can see in the demonstration, screens are 40% black. We can knock out a $7,000 projection screen. This is why when I had the other person complaining, saying, oh, we get like $200 for like 24 ounces. The difference between me, you, and buddy, I operate, look at the environment I operate in. Look at the type of caliper projectors we use in the demonstration. Look at this. And on top of that, we can knock out a $7,000 screen. So a $7,000 screen that does 120 inch, like $7 grand. And we have 24 ounces that does 120 inch screen at under $300. It's a no-brainer at the end of the day. A no-brainer right there. Your product, on the other hand, can't take out that screen. Your product, on the other hand, can't operate in this environment, and nor does it work on any of these projectors I have. Even if I take this thing off eco mode, it still won't run off your screen, and I can't even work your stuff outside. So again, it's not worth anything. It's not even worth the price you're charging for it. $75 for that stuff? No. What he did was, he charged $75 for it because he figured at the end of the day that when we buy it, that's going to be too expensive for us. Jamie, my paint costs $300 and $400. And at the end of the day, it's still cheap consider the fact of what it can do. You know, right now, anybody on YouTube is trying to mimic, or they can't do our demonstrations. That's why we have most match or better demonstrations, because no one can match these demonstrations. This is a fellow on YouTube who cries about us all the time. That's why I mention from time to time. So, yeah, they can't match our demonstrations at the end of the day, because our paints and products do something that other screens can't do. Don't forget that absorb that sunlight technology either. So that's where that lands at. And your gray screen, well, I can blend into your gray screen with my black technology. I can read the same white level as you read at the end of the day. But I can pick up contrast and color. You can't see it. Can't even operate in this environment. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions today. Record the whole thing. Hopefully we don't get no stupidity back from him. He can answer correctly without the emojis and happy faces and whatever nonsense he puts behind that. And if you got to come back with nasty comments, then that already tells us from the door that you feel threatened. And that you feel that at the end of the day that your products can't do what they're supposed to do. And it feels at the end of the day that you can't back it up. Because why would you come off that way? Alright then. With that being said. So, again. That's the reason why you don't get what you want for your products. Because your products don't do what they're supposed to do. I'd be scared to death to trust that guy with a black paint. Mind you, this is the same person who claimed to have a black Frankenstein. We paid $85 for it, and he had to put the money back in our account because it didn't exist. He just had dummy shopping carts on the site. And if those don't know what dummy shopping carts are, that's a shopping cart where the product doesn't exist at all. They just gather it to try to make their page look good with our dummy carts. Oh, upside down furry face. Upside down furry face. How dare you do the upside down furry face? How dare you? Did you do the upside down furry face right on camera? Right in front of me. Right in front of everybody. The upside down furry face. Taco. 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 Did you do the upside down furry face? You did, didn't you? You were guilty of the upside down furry face. How dare you? Wow. Doing the upside down furry face. How dare you? Come here. Come here. How dare you come to me, all your lovings? Oh, your lovings. If I kiss you in front of the camera, you can get mad. How you doing today? You good? You going outside today? So yes, we're going outside today. Why do you smell like biscuits? You smell like biscuits, man. You smell like biscuits. When we did biscuits. Like Thanksgiving biscuits. It smells so good. Go run. Rah. The biscuits. Oh my goodness, he smells like biscuits. Everybody got cats. You ain't got a cat, you don't need a cat, you don't need a cat. Pick them up, smell them. Kiss them, you little rug monster, you roar. My baby right there. My baby. Every time I take him out, his bag matches his eyes. Every time he pops his head out, the girl's like, oh! His eyes are the same color as his bag, which I didn't even know when I bought it. But anyway, they're saying, like, how'd you get the cat in the bag? Like, how do you get the cat in the bag? The cat in the hat. Funny. How do you get the cat in the bag? I said, basically, how you get a cat to go into a bag is you can't push them in there. They'll claw you up. Just set the bag on the floor, and eventually they'll make it their home. Because they crawl in dark spaces all the time. So he kept going there and laying down. He got used to it. So every time I open the bag, he just walks in, and I just take him out the door. That's how we do it. That's how I do it with all his carriers. He has to get used to it. He's not used to being in the carriers. That's why. You gotta let them do it. You do it like them do it, they'll claw you up. Yeah. Gotta think about it. How would you feel if somebody took you and tried to shove you into a space that you didn't want to be in? What would you do? You'd fight him, wouldn't you? All right, then. That's what he's going to do. He's going to fight me. But if you leave that space open, everybody goes, huh. They're going to walk up in there, see what it's like. And they get comfortable and they like it in there and everything. They're sitting down and chilling. You can open up the door. They'll walk in there every single time. That's how you can do it. When people ask me how you get the cat in there, that's how I do it. I sit it down and we used to be in there. Ain't that right, Mr. Spunky Boy? All right. Taco got some taco time. Because he's always on my mind. That's taco. Got a chance to show off the screen a little bit more. And like I said, customers, this is what you should be seeing in demonstrations. Here they're talking about your mumbo jumbo, about the projector, and blah, 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 blah. Other words, the meow mix syndrome, like meow, 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 meow. No. Ask them questions. Hey, you got batch numbers on this stuff? Can you show me testing before this product was even sold? What's the difference between your product and gray paint? They're selling black screens. What's the difference between your product and black screens? Ask all that question. And black paint, ask all those questions. What type of projectors you're using in there. If those projectors are expensive using there, it's going to cost you money. You're going to go do the same thing, buy those high-end projectors in order to get that stuff to work. That's what it's going to come down to. Make sure everything is batch number tested before you purchase it. Definitely. And if they say any of them say at the end of the day, well, that batch number is fake at the end of the day, then you tell them to come see Mr. Bird. Because I got a contract for you, buddy boy. I'll see you in court. Anytime you want to challenge my work, I'll see you in court. You just pointed to Mr. Bird. Mr. Bird, talk to him. You want to be mad at the end of the day, post that address. Let's get this on. Let's get in the court. Let's get this going. Remind you, it'll cost you a cool $1 million if you mess it up. So it depends on how much you're willing to put on the line. If you're a business and you made this statement, you think it'll go well for you. So again, back it up or pack it up. And it's funny, we sat there and said that to Jamie multiple times. You got to back your product up or pack it up, right? He packed it up. Moved on to something else more reckless, but he packed it up. Now comes Super Bowl. Going to get your man cave, got a sports bar at the end of the day. You want your, your customers to come in and check out your massive 150-inch screen. Boy, that's going to be some nice advertising right there for your business. We got a 150-inch screen here in a 4-lit environment set up. If you just bought your projector, maybe you can take it back, get the money for it, get something like that one over there. I'm going to charge you a lot of money. And you can have people come in and watch the game on your 150-inch screen. People will come in and watch that. I would. If I didn't have this technology, I'd be in there watching. 150-inch screen, so them little tiny TVs up there. Yeah. Definitely they're watching that. Those of you at home, and you got your man cave and all set up at the end of the day, now you can show off your jerseys, all the stuff you collected down through time, and have your screen running at the same time. Isn't that beautiful? One of the things I see when I watch demonstrations of people showing off gray screens, showing off football games, I can see on my end that your color levels are low, extremely low. That's why I showed you in the demonstration. I showed you the gray screen showing color levels. That's what it picks up next to our black technology. So all your colors are washed out. I can see the grass, the fields all washed out. The players' jerseys are all washed out. I can see that even the shine reflection of some of those black helmets all washed out. That's what I see. Nope. Let me see. Oh, put your stuff back in here. All right, people. Not going to keep your time. I got to get everything back to normal in here. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Of course, we give all credit to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because if it weren't for Him, none of this would ever be possible. Sale is going to start in a minute here. Sale is going to start on September the 5th. We do have free LED lights in case you want to match the color of the lights to your team. Mine's equal, so mine's going to be green. And those lights are weatherproof for those who want to have a screen outside. We got people mostly buy gallons. They do a screen inside and a screen outside is how they set it up, or they just coat an entire wall with it, which I'm going to be doing here almost likely. It's John's going to put in here. Also, too, for anybody overseas, shipping is absolutely free. So we can ship to you anywhere in the world absolutely free. No surcharge, no hidden fees, none of that nonsense. Free. And yes, it comes with the LED lights and everything. That's his little spot right there. Ain't that right, Taco? So that's your spot, that's my spot. There you go. I gave him that section for himself. So what do the LED lights look like? That's them over there on my PC over there. Those are the lights right there. So you'll be getting those little rope lights. They're not the ones that have the little individual tabs with the circuits in them. Those are actually the ropes. As you have mine over doing a little squiggly dance over there, yeah. So free rope lights, they're 16 feet, and you get them absolutely free. Okay. If you're thinking about buying, do not buy anything from the website until we put the sale in. All right, so that way you can get the big discount. All right, I got to go pick me up an Eagles jersey, an Eagles hat, and all that crazy stuff. I have some stuff in storage. I don't know if I can get that out. I'm just gonna buy it all over again. And Oh, I gotta show you the Eagles chain. I'm gonna train. There we go. Look at it. And they're right. I haven't even used it yet. Look at that. Eagles. Big dookie chain right there. Yeah. Actually, I'm putting a battery pack on the back of this, and I'm wiring green. All green lights into this. That's how I'm doing mine. But these are the chains they had. Man, all these different teams and stuff. This is what I bought. So I'm going to basically put in, on the back of this, I'm going to put this in glow-in-the-dark green paint. So it glows. And I'm putting my chain with a neon glow in it with a battery pack. So I'm out there in the streets. Got my Eagle Dookie chain out. With my jersey. My hat. Like, yeah, people, that's how we do. And yes, I will be down in Philadelphia to see the game. Yep, we bleed green over here. We bleed green. I got people that bleed blue. I had to go mess with my guy Family Dollar. Cause he's a New York Giants fan at the end of the day. But he's from New York anyway. He's from New York. I was like, nah, man, let's have a pride bet. A pride bet is based on the best, man. Don't bet money, man. Don't get into betting money. You bet money, it's not a gamble, it's a sin anyway. Don't bet money. Money turns into fights, argument, breaks up friendships and families like that. Have pride bets. They're the funniest thing you ever about. Everybody has fun except for the person who lost. But I have pride bets. It's the best bets ever. The worst ones are makeup. You lose, go get your nails painted. The way your nails painted. And you got to put these contracts in there to make sure they have to do it. Because you have some people like, I ain't going to do it. Well, you're going to have to do it. Because with this contract, everybody signs to, if you're caught, anybody catches you without that makeup on or whatever, they get $300 out of you. That's how you do it. Don't make it $300, make it like $50 or something. No one wants to pay $50 or whatever, make the steak high, they're going to wear that makeup. And man, it's the gift that keeps on giving. He be snapping through like, but lost the bet. But he lost the bet. Oh, they get worse than that. I seen skirts with the teams on. That's so jacked up. I would never do that. I'm not getting caught up in that one. I'll do the jersey bet. The jersey one's a good one. So they got to wear your jersey for 2 weeks or a month. They got to wear your jersey. You know how much happiness that brings me when somebody got to rock an Eagles jersey when I know they're a Dallas fan because they lost the bet, or vice versa. Anyway, those are the best bets to do. Number one is no money involved and everybody just gets to laugh at it. Again, since not the person's got to wear the hat. You can do it with hats, whatever, but they got to wear that. Maybe at the office you make a bet with somebody, they got to put a statue on their desk. Oh, that hurts. Yeah, and every time you go by, you're like, wow, I didn't know you was an Eagles fan. See, more money gets involved in that. If you're going to do something that's fun at the end of the day. Like they got to cut your grass. Or basically, they got to pay for gas for your car. That's a good one right there. Now you ain't got to pay for no gas for a while. I did one on a pager one time. You know, that was basically who can scare each other the worst bet at the end of the day. Well, got my pager paid off for a whole year, so that was nice. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? With a new pair of kicks or sneakers, you know, hey, how about this? We can bet on some sneakers, right? This is what I want to want. If I lose, I got to buy for you. See what I mean? No money involved. You just buy items. That's all. Basically, that's all. Pretty much it. You know, some guy lost the bet. He had to do some guy's roof. I have no idea how much they put in there, but yeah, they got patched his roof. It comes off better that way at the end of the day. And it technically, especially if you got that skill level, whatever, that comes in handy at the end of the day. So yeah. My pride bet's going to be a jersey. I like those. Those are my favorite ones to do. If you lose, you got to wear a jersey for a whole month. Yeah, live with that one. That's going to be fun. I can't wait. So already, they already talking trash. Who's talking trash already? I got a bunch of them in the family. Freaking New York Giants are already talking trash already. Already talking trash. So I'm like, every time I walk by, like, what size you wear? What's your size? Because I'm already about to get that jersey for him already. What size you wear? Yeah. Don't lose. Don't lose. So if you see me on camera rocking a New York Giant jersey, you know for the door, I lost a bet. So That's where that comes in from. Oh, this is gonna be a good year. This is gonna be a good year. Good year, man. I'm going to, if they win, if Eagles win the Super Bowl, I'm going to Philly, like I always do. I'm gonna put on my light armor, which I always do, because you never know. Like I said, when I was down there, I watched somebody from a few distance fire a gun off, like in the crowd. I'm like, what in the world? Like crazy. I ain't got a cowboy helmet on. Yeah, you know, those things are coming down somewhere. So yeah, crazy stuff, man. But yeah, I like to go down there and support my team and have fun and all that. And rub against. I remember one time I rubbed up against a pole one time and not realizing they greased the poles. I'm like, oh, this is nasty. Yeah, because they greased the poles. And take them suckers too. On top of that, they took a whole entire pole. I saw someone carry a pole down the street. I'm like, well, that's Philly for you. Now, not only did we climb on each other's poles, but apparently we're taking them now. There's a whole bunch of people, like a bunch of ants carrying food, and carrying a utility pole as a trophy down the street. It's hilarious. I love my people. I love them. I love my Eagles. All right, people. Gotta go. Hope you enjoyed. At the end of the day, can't wait for us to have our sale at the end of the day, so we're going to have a lot of fun. I am going to be outside today with the black technology, watching some of the highlight games outside to show how it operates outside. We've already been outside before with it, but I need these video demonstrations to post to other sites. I got to come back here and do some other videos on here again. We're going to do those videos on just showing the football game only, so I can have those for shorts for this site and the other site some more. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your time, and God bless.